Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'd like to thank you and Chairwoman Velasquez for holding this important hearing on the ability of small businesses to obtain needed capital through the Commercial and Small Business Administration lending markets. Given the continued economic difficulties, America will be relying on the innovation, agility, resourcefulness of this country's entrepreneurs to produce goods and services that are going to create jobs and lead to long-term stable economic growth. To accomplish that goal, America's small business owners need capital, whether it's to purchase inventory, fund the purchase of land and buildings, or obtain the latest manufacturing equipment. While an army might march on its stomach, the American economy is going to march on capital. There's no doubt that the current environment for raising capital is difficult, even for the largest businesses with AAA credit ratings, when they have to compete against the voracious appetite of the most credit-worthy borrower in the world, and that's the United States government. So I can imagine how difficult it is for small businesses to find capital. The Committee on Small Businesses held a number of hearings in which entrepreneurs testified about their inability to obtain needed debt capital. Some talked about long-standing credit lines with banks that were reduced or even severed completely with no explanation. Others mentioned that they simply couldn't find any capital at all. At those same hearings, bankers testified that they had credit available and were willing to lend. They may have been willing to lend, but apparently they were so concerned about the regulators that they are still keeping their capital. In these situations, the SBA programs are supposed to kick in and help small businesses obtain needed capital. However, even SBA capital access programs have shown significantly reduced lending activity. Further efforts to inject capital into the credit markets is going to increase the debt ceiling and federal borrowing, just as we've already seen. Simply making capital available will be of little use if the cost of such capital is so high that prudent small business owners will not take the risk. I'm very interested in hearing from all the witnesses today about their ideas for making affordable capital available to America's entrepreneurs. In addition, I would like to hear what regulatory actions are needed that will allow greater capital to small businesses without unduly raising the risks that created the current situation. Again, I'd like to thank you and Chairwoman Velasquez for having this hearing.